Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Vaughn. Little bit of a different video here. The video will start to play here in a minute. Just want to talk to you guys for a second. But in this episode here, almost said previous episode. In this episode here, I actually lost the recording because my recording shut off in the middle of it. But I was able to go back, save it on my PS5, and then re-record like the saved gameplay. Like I had to save like the last 30 minutes of like game or what, or, like, gameplay or whatever, and then I was able to like go back and record that, and then save it. That luckily save it. But so it's gonna be a post commentary video today, unfortunately. But I hope you guys actually still enjoy this because it's actually a pretty crazy episode, and I wish I got my live natural reaction to it. Unfortunately, I didn't. But to each their own, I guess. It's just better that I saved it than nothing at all, and you guys wouldn't have gotten to see this episode. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start the video out, and I'm just gonna kind of commentate over, what I was saying at the time, or potentially what is happening. So yeah. Anyways, I'll just go ahead and let the video play out. So give me like 1 second. So as you can see right there, where I had to play it off of my PS5. So what I was saying here, and it's gonna be a pretty long practice session, or well, what I got of it. I'm not sure what it actually saved of it, but I was telling you guys a little backstory about Eldora. Eldora, we got a 50 lapper here. It's a showcase race, our last race of the season. But back during about 2020 when the pandemic started, a bunch of my friends and me, we all got into iRacing pretty heavily, just because they weren't racing full time. I wasn't playing or anything. I wasn't well, actually I was working kind of, but whatever. And we would just race. They all race in real life, so why not race in iRacing? I finally get to race with these guys after watching them for all these years. And so so the significance behind Eldora is the fact that all of these races, I was always coming last. Everywhere we go, Volusia, Knoxville, you name it, just always coming in last, because these guys are real racers, and I'm not. I'm just there to have fun, and they accept me for the shitty racer that I am. Crappy, excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. They accept me for the crappy racer that I am, and that's fine. But we came to Eldora one time with 305s, which is pretty convenient for this race. That we're in 305s, and we came to Eldora, and they left it on like a heavy hammer down track, and I was able, for once, I was actually able to beat all my friends that are these like top notch sprint car drivers, this, that, and the other, and it was pretty cool. They left, everyone was pretty happy for me. They were cheering for me, so it was pretty cool. And so Eldora to 305 holds a significant place in my heart, and I just really wanted to do good here with in the new World of Outlaw game. So as you can see, we've jumped into qualifying, and I don't think we qualify very well. Coming around for the first lap, to 16.197. Our qualifying goal is actually a 16.006. But I don't think that we actually hit our qualifying goal. I think I was a little too sideways on entry. Yeah, we just missed it, but we did qualify 15th, so that's not like terrible, but it's definitely not the greatest either. So we definitely have to get better at qualifying. I need to actually talk to my dad about that, because that dude can qualify. He's so good. In a micro, he was amazing at qualifying. He held multiple track records at one time, and I think he still potentially holds one to this day at Sweet Springs Motorsports complex over in Sweet Springs, Missouri. So pretty cool little fun fact. But we're starting off in this heat race here. We started third in this heat race, and I'm really looking to make the dash here. Ultimately, if I don't make it, it's whatever. But if we do make the dash, that'd be great because it would give us obviously a great starting spot in the dash. But most importantly, we just want a clean drive. You guys saw last video. When I was sick, I was just kind of irritable and over it all. I thought I could record and couldn't record, and I was getting really upset with myself. So I was hitting everybody if they would pass me, and it was just there was a lot more that you guys probably didn't see that I clipped out because there was no point in keeping everything in there because it would have turned into like a 30-minute video or something. I mean, I know it was still even pretty long. We did 2 races, but actually we did 3. But yeah, it was not a great not a great time. So I'm just gonna let this play out for a second, and I'll if I see anything good, I'll jump back in. If not, it is what it is. So looks like, yeah, we actually I say I'm gonna let this play out for a little bit, but we actually jumped in front of minimum. Right there, we aired it out on the coming out of 4, but she actually makes a nice run down the backstretch, and yes, we did make some contact there. Kind of brutal on my. I just want to be able to go a 1 race without hitting somebody, which it'll happen, but sometimes it's hard to race with these AI because sometimes they just hit you. I mean, that right there was my fault, but it is what it is. So. But we're trying to run down Ramirez up there. If I remember right, I don't think we get him because he actually passed his lap car pretty well. But, yeah. So, like I said, I'll just start cutting stuff out here and there. We are running a really good race, though, right now. We actually, other than getting into minimum right there, I think we're running an okay race. So we just took the white flag there, and there's just something about Eldora, man, that I'm just able to. I'm stuck on the bottom. I feel like I put the car anywhere if I need to. If I need to run the top, I can run the top, But I like the bottom in Eldora, just because it's such a. I can't even really explain why. It's just, for me and my racing style, it's so good. I can just run the bottom. Sorry, excuse me. I can run the bottom really nicely here, so that just it gives me a little bit of an advantage over the competition, thankfully. But as you can see, we finished second, qualifying us for the dash. So that'll be good, and hopefully we can jump into maybe like the top 5 or so for the dash. I don't actually remember where I finished in the dash, so maybe you'll get a bit of a live reaction from me, when watching this back. So jump on the gas there, go green. We're starting 9th in this deal. Not actually the last row, so that's pretty good, but yep, right to the bottom. Good old faithful on the bottom. Eldora on the bottom. That's where I like to be. I like to be on the bottom here. So, Eldora is one of those places I really want to go in real life. I've been to. Whoa. Okay. Jeez. Jeff and that guy got together, but that guy went for a freaking ride. Oh my lord. Okay, I think that was Ramirez, if I'm not mistaken. Dang, he went for a ride. But as I was saying, I really want to go to Eldora. I've been to a lot of the Crown Jewel tracks. Like, I go to Knoxville every year for the Nationals, and where else? I mean, I can't think of any Crown Jewel track. Like, I mean, the Chili Bowl and the Tulsa Shootout for micros. Those are pretty big races. Been to both of those. Go to those every year, actually. But yeah, Eldora is one of those places I really want to go. I want to go for the King's Royal. I think that place is crazy during the King's Royal. But definitely is one of my favorite tracks to run on, at least in the video game. So it'd be nice to actually get to go there. But we're running a pretty good race right now. Jeff's still up there after making contact with the guy that flipped, so he's still running. It's like we definitely get underneath him there, though. So we're up into 4th. That's actually a lot better than I thought I did. I couldn't remember where I finished in this dash, but running 4th, slow rolling the bottom. I think Jeff took a peek to the inside there and didn't get up quite by us, but he definitely took a peek there. I saw in the rearview mirror, but looks like these 3 up front have actually checked out, so I don't know if we run them down. We may run down 3rd, but ultimately I think we end up 4th, if I'm not mistaken. So right there you saw we just took the white flag, still running 4th. Jeff actually ran us down there pretty quick. He definitely isn't giving up on us by any stretch of the imagination. But we're gonna take fourth there in the dash. So that means we'll start fourth in the feature. Should be a fun one. Should be a fun one. I really hope you guys enjoy this, even though it's post com. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was definitely one of my favorites to record. So here we are, folks, at the Big E, the house that Earl built, owned by Tony Stewart, NASCAR champion and legend Tony Stewart. We got 50 laps around this crazy half mile that's seen some wild races in its day. All the Kings Royals races and everything else that has to go with it. So, like I said in the previous, I'll be jumping in and out. I don't want to make you guys watch the whole entire 50 laps, but if anything happens, you know, you guys can definitely see. But, of course, jump straight to the bottom. That's where we like to be at this place. Jeff takes a peek to our inside, and we actually get a nice run on the bottom there and look to go to second, I believe, but Bollock, I think is how you say his name. He actually has a nice run off the top there. Same with Bear right there. They both get a nice run off the top and through the middle. We just got really what I figured out is I need to straighten up my entry into the corners, and we actually get a really good run off, and we gain some ground. But ultimately, we're still we kind of settled into third here. Oh, it's 40 laps. Excuse me, it's not 50, it's 40. But settled into third here, and I think we sit in third for quite a bit. So right here, the battle with Bullock begins down the backstretch. He goes to the top. We get a nice run on him, and we make our move. We air it out a little bit on the front stretch, and ultimately slot him in behind us. So we're up to second here. Very nice, very good. Up to second, and it's our race to really run the bottom. We just, if they drive around us, they drive around us. But ultimately, in my mind, I was thinking, I'm not coming off the bottom. If your car's better and can drive around me, so be it. Then you deserve that position. But I'm not gonna leave the bottom because I know that I'm the strongest in this car when I'm on the bottom. So you're gonna see a lot of bottom feed in this race. So. So lap 12 right here. Yes, I forgot about that flip. Lap 12 right there. I was about to say we do get into some lap traffic, but actually we saw someone go end over end, and we get a nice caution that sets us up pretty nicely on the front row outside, running P2 right here with Smith, who's been running a heck of a race. Has not bobbled once. He's not messed up once, and if that caution didn't come, I don't know if we would have been able to track him down. And you could see I left the bottom open there, but Bullock, he capitalized off that. But we made it 3 wide going down the front stretch. I get up on his left rear, and Smith goes back to the top. I was running the bottom. He was good on the top. I was good on the bottom. We were pretty even, honestly. But Bullock, he's kind of that wild card factor in there because he kind of just lurked around the whole race, if I'm not mistaken. He just lurked and lurked. We may have pulled away from here, but he was there. He was always there. So, but me and Smith just going at it. Him on the top, me on the bottom. Just who can get the better run off the corner, and ultimately Smith. He's got the better run right now. I actually think I open up my entry on the bottom a little bit, kind of start in the middle, and then drive down onto the bottom. And we actually did pass him there. Wow, that was pretty close. Luckily, it was only a little bit of contact there. Probably could have used his brake pedal a little bit. But yeah, we made the pass, and at this point, my hands were shaking. My body was tensing up. I was shaking. I'd never been leading a race before on here, and it was crazy. I was just trying not to make mistakes, really, is all it was. I was trying not to make mistakes, and I knew if I kept my mistakes to a minimum, just ran my race on the bottom, that, he might have the car to pass me on the top because he'd been running the top and running it really well. So, if he can drive around me on the top, good for him. But he actually jumped to the bottom after I passed him, so I don't know if he thought maybe he could follow me around. Maybe he thought something on the bottom that he was missing out on trying to run the top. But think it was just whenever I started opening up my entry and then driving it down on the bottom instead of coming in on the bottom and trying to drive off. I think is when I started to get those runs. So as you can see at the top, we actually kind of pulled away from him a little bit. Luckily, I was, like I said, just able to open up my entry, drive it down as hard as I could on the bottom, and come out pointed straight, make that straightaway as long as possible. If you can keep these cars straight, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the fast guy out there. It's kind of like running a restricted micro or something like that. But we do get into some lap traffic here. Diaz, he's running the bottom, but we make quick work of him down the back stretch, and we just go right back to running our race, running our line. You can see us heavy lap traffic up there ahead, about 5 cars. We really just need to make quick work of these guys, because Smith, he made quick work of Diaz, and he's coming still. He's coming. He found something on the bottom, and he's coming. But as you can see right there, got real close. Thompson kind of slammed the door on us. He doesn't have a rear view mirror. Obviously, he doesn't know that we're there. He doesn't know that the lead car is right on him. He's just trying to run his race, trying to catch the guys in front of him, because he's still got a race to run too. But slammed the door on us and forced us to check up a little bit. And Smith took advantage of that, and he closed the gap quick. He's right behind us. Again, lap cars still running the bottom, which is fine. They're running their race. We're running ours. And oh boy, I had to kind of check up there and slide up in front of that lap car. We make quick work of those 2 lap cars, and we got a little bit of clean air ahead of us. So, those are 2 lap cars. They're way up there, but Smith, you can see he is right on our bumper. He's taking a peek to the inside, but we've got that thing pinned as close to the bottom as we can without hitting the bottom. But it's actually forced me to, oh my lord, that dude did a full kickflip. Oh my gosh, I do remember that. That dude did a full kickflip. Oh shoot, yeah, that dude did but it was forcing me to not be able to open up my entries, because if he slotted in there, then I wasn't able to get down to the bottom quick enough. We got a caution here, and we're going back green with 11 to go. We get the better start. We get the run down into 1 and 2. Just got to pin the bottom. And shoot, that was close. I mean, that was kind of a race. Whoa, okay, kind of a racing deal there. And oh my lord, everybody's just playing pinball out there with each other. That was not great. That was close, but we kept our composure. We stayed in it. Now we've just got one guy to track down again. It's not Smith. It's Bayer. Or Boyer. I think I called him Bear the whole time. It's Boyer. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Boyer. He's actually doing what I was doing, opening up his entry and then driving down on the bottom. So realistically, he, in my mind, is running the fastest line possible. If I can do that without letting Ramirez underneath me, then, maybe we have a chance at catching up. But, Boyer, he's running the faster line, and he's actually pulling away. There's only 7 to go. Very, doesn't look likely that we actually do catch him. Kind of reeled him in a little bit. Maybe in lap traffic, I think maybe we can catch him. I'm not sure. Like I said, I recorded this so long ago. I don't actually remember what all happened. But yeah, we were able to open up our entry right there, and oh my gosh, the lap car set a pick for us. The lap car set a pick for us, but he actually got a great run off that and was able to diamond it off underneath the lap car to get a nice drive. But we maneuver our way back underneath him, but this might be a good one coming to the checkered. 4 to go. I mean, this could be good, because here's another lap car. It's going to force me to kind of slide up above him, go through the middle a little bit. I think, Boyer, he makes quick work of him. He's still right there. He is still right there closing in. 3 to go. Come on, Dawson. Come on, Dawson. Keep your composure. Run your race. Keep your composure and run your race, baby. Come on now. Keep your composure and run that race. Come on, here we go. 2 to go. 2 to go. Don't even look in that rearview mirror. We got 2 to go. Don't even look in that rearview mirror because you just gotta go. You just gotta go, bro. Just run your line. It's the fastest line on the track. I got 1 to go. 1 to go. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, like iRacing long ago, excuse me, back during the pandemic, I'm getting too excited. We freaking pick up the victory at the Big E, the house that Earl built. Our first win in a sprint car comes in the final race of the season. Dawson Fushidori, what a race. What a race. We had to work for that one too, but man, I'm telling you, boys, there's something magical about Eldora and me driving. It just works. It feels so good, man. It feels so good, dude. It just does, man. Ultimately, though, we uh we were able to get it done. Thankfully. Oh man, it feels so good to finally get that monkey off our back and to win a race. And look at that, 12.5 grand coming out of the showcase. The sponsor should be loving that. Hopefully, we maybe pick up another sponsor along the way to go with I think Win Fuels or whichever sponsor we got. But I think we actually have some like a video from the Outlaws potentially coming up, if I'm not mistaken. Perfectly completed sponsor goal. Yes, perfectly completed that. Got a top 10. And Fushidori leaps up the standings. We are so happy with Dawson Fushidori's performance. The Win Tire Shop and Service. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And then Dawson Fushidori wins the race at Eldora. Fushidori thanked friends and family, friends, and fans during a wild celebration in Victory Lane. Dawson, you earned it, and you got all winter to think about it. And yes, we do have a couple messages from the Outlaws.
Hey, nice job today. You put in the work and you got a great result for it. Keep it up.
Appreciate it, Noah Gass and Carson Macedo. Very cool to see. Very cool to see Noah. Him and his family are actually very close. Very close to mine. Well, to each their own, I suppose, if you want to call it close or not. But he's his dad and my dad. They're pretty good friends, and and my dad actually does the graphics for the Noah Gas race team on the Outlaw Tour. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like that car. If you guys watch the Outlaws, pretty cool. But we appreciate Noah and his family and race team. Letting my family, specifically my dad, be a part of that team and just enjoy the journey with him because he's gonna come a long way and he's got the support behind him and he'll get there someday. He'll get there. But I'm just going over our sponsor contract, or our new sponsor. It looks like Frisk Holger Premium Parts. The race payout's better by about $1,010. The initial payout's not as good, but I think we can, win more races and get more from our sponsors that way. But we also did get a new sponsor agent, Miranda Blake, who's going to replace our very first sponsor guy. I can't think of his name at the time. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to let him go and hire Miranda Blake. But here I'm just going over this. I was just going over the season summary, which we ended up 6th. Congratulations on your first season. You started making a name for yourself, and the fans taking notice. Turn your HQ often to hire personnel, invest in vehicles, and expand to regional and national circuits. Good luck on your career. The world of Outlaws awaits. Yes, they do. But yeah, so coming up here in a second, I'll probably jump to that here. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna jump over to that just a second. Oh, here's me. Here's me signing our new sponsorship or our new sponsor agent, Calvin Walsh. He did us well, but we're gonna go with Miranda. Miranda Blake. She's got the better stats and stuff like that. Gets 4% to sponsor bonus and incentive bonus. So very good, very cool. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's our one lifetime win, one in 9 races. And that's not too shabby. Yes, okay, here we go. So, what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna show you guys. So we've got 4 different options to choose from as far as our next season. So we got the 305 regulation, which has got 11 races, which we do have Lima Land. I just got to download it, so we have Lima Land 10 races. We got Kokomo, Grant, whichever. I'm not fast enough to keep up with this, but and then also the license track, or we got the half and the third. But the 305 regulation is the season that we just ran, so it's every track that we can run as a 305 car. So if you guys want that, if you guys want the half regulation, or the 3/4, so you see we only got 6 in that one, and then 4 in the third regulation, or we have all the licensed tracks, which is all with Eldora, Kokomo, Lima Land, I believe is a licensed track, Fairbury. So whatever you guys want me to do, I will do for the next season. Just leave a comment down below what you guys want me to do for the next season, because we're still gonna be in 305, obviously. But if you want me to stay in 305 for the whole season, I don't know if we can actually get enough fans to actually progress. But obviously, whatever you guys want to do, I left it up. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. I didn't go ahead and choose one. So if you want to see half a season, the third season, license track, the full season, whatever you guys want, I will do. And ultimately, I'm leaning more towards a full season again, just because I still need to get get better at racing before I jump into maybe like a 360 or something. Like I said, Dawson, he's only had 9 starts in a sprint car. Thankfully he's won one, so that's pretty cool. But, but yeah, so, that's pretty much it. I'll leave it on this screen for you guys. So like I said, let me know in the comments what you guys want me to do for the next season. And ultimately, we'll jump in the next season in the next video, whatever you guys want me to do. So, as for me, for Dawson, the rest of Team Go, apologize again about the post commentary. Hopefully, you guys still enjoyed it as much as I did recording that one. Big ups to Dawson on his first win. But I hope you guys take it easy. And whenever you're watching this, happy holidays. Whatever you guys celebrate. So, like I said, me, Dawson, Team Go, you guys take it easy. And we'll see you in the next episode. Later, folks.